Okay. Come here, Lou. No one can see you. Come here. Come here. Luna, place. Hold on. You can... Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my dogs into the frame. Come here, Lou. Come here, Lou. He literally is laying right here. Luna, would you like to join the live? Come here. Okay, he's just gonna join whenever he's ready, but I basically didn't have anything going on, so I was like, you know what? We're gonna read some of the assholes and react to them, and they're gonna be dog themed, because that sounds like a good time, right? Yeah, Luna is right here. It's kind of funny because I just posted a TikTok where he was rolling in the grass and we just mowed the grass. So I was like, oh my gosh, so fun. He obviously likes that we just mowed it. No, turns out that he rolled in something that smells very bad, quite possibly a dead animal. And so now he smells very bad. So that video that I posted where I was like, oh, it's so cute, he's rolling in the grass. He wasn't rolling in the grass. Yeah, he got a bath last week, but it sounds like we're gonna have to do another one. But anyway, like I said, I want to read some Am I the Assholes. I thought it would be fun if we all reacted to them. They are dog themed. I picked them out ahead of time. I have them on my lap or iPad. And Luna is sitting right next to me. You just can't see him because he is himself and decided he would rather not right now. But he'll probably hop up in a second. And Evie's behind the camera. You can't see her. But let's go ahead and get started. There's a really good one to start off with. It is, Am I the Asshole? Neighbor's dog got my dog pregnant without my consent. Now he wants one of the puppies. I thought that this would be a crazy one to start off with. By the way, I have not read any of these ahead of time. I just read the title. Oh my God. Don't know what happened. Luna broke my tripod about 5 minutes before I started filming, so we are making it work with what we have, okay? Hold on, give me 1 second. I just had a moment. We're gonna see if we can make this work together. We're all in this together right now, guys. Son of a gun. Brief intermission to try and freaking get my tripod to work. So Luna decided he was gonna break the part that your phone connects to. He thought that would just be so fun and fresh. So now I don't have anything to connect my phone to. So I'm just trying to find a place to sit my phone right quick. Luna, do you have anything to say for yourself? No? Okay. Well, hold on. Brief intermission so I can try and fix this. So sorry. I don't know how long that's gonna, that might fall in a second, but Luna, come here. Get in here. Okay, so am I the asshole? Let's try this again. Neighbor's dog got my dog pregnant without my consent. Now he wants one of the puppies. P.S. I am 15 and I live in the Philippines. I am gonna be very, hold on. I have a better idea. Perfect, okay. This is better because you can see Luna too. Cool. I don't know much about the Philippines. I don't know much about the culture there. So from a culture standpoint, I probably won't have a ton to say. But I can still give my opinion. Yes, sir. Okay. One day, while I was away, my grandfather let my dog out in the backyard for a few minutes. He didn't notice that my neighbor's dog was also there. Somehow he managed to get close to my dog and mate with her without anyone noticing. This wouldn't usually happen as my dog would usually bark away other dogs, and coincidentally, according to my father, he saw my neighbors outside just deliberately waiting for his dog to get a lock on my dog and did not stop his dog. A few weeks ago, she gave birth to 5 beautiful puppies. They're all healthy and adorable. They look like a mix of both parents. However, as soon as my neighbor found out about the puppies, he came over and demanded that I give him one of them. He said that since his dog was the father, he had the right to claim one of them as his own. I refused to give him any of the puppies because, A, He never asked me for permission or consent before letting his dog mate with mine. B, he never took any responsibility or care for his dog or mine during or after the pregnancy. He doesn't have a proper environment or lifestyle for raising a puppy. He feeds his dog human food, which is bad for their health. I don't know what to do now. I don't want to give up any of the puppies because they are part of my family now and I love them all equally. They are bonded with their mother and siblings, and separating them would be traumatic for them. They are still too young to be weaned or separated from their mother. They are only 4 weeks old. He leaves his dog outside all day without shelter or attention. Am I the asshole for wanting to keep them? Okay, so I have a lot of thoughts about this. I don't know the laws around, like, if your dog gets pregnant, who gets to keep the puppies. I think it definitely varies by state because they're in the Philippines, so I definitely don't know the laws. But here in the U.S., a lot of animals, like, it varies whether they're considered property versus, like, a living, breathing entity. So I'm not sure where the line would be between, like, if your dog has puppies and their dog got yours pregnant. Like, I don't know where the line is there. I think, for me personally, I don't think you owe him anything. If he was outside and, like, knew his dog was mating with yours, that's crazy. Like, that is insane behavior. I just have a lot to say. Like, I guess I don't think morally, like, it's good or bad to not give him the dog in, like, I don't know. But I do think that leaving your dog outside with no food or water is not good, or attention. Like, that's not good. Personally, I'm not a fan of that. But, like, I understand farm dogs. I grew up on a farm. I understand that. I understand, like, dogs living outside under certain circumstances. Don't understand leaving them outside with no attention. I want to know how their dog got into your backyard. That's what I'm confused about. That should not have happened, point blank, period. Like, our neighbors have dogs. We have neighbors on both sides of us. One of them dog sits sometimes. One of them actually has a dog or 2 dogs, and they talk to my dogs between the fence, but they definitely don't interact with my dogs because, like, that's just not good. Like, no, you don't know, like, if they have the proper vaccinations or, like, if they can spread, parvo, rabies, all of that stuff is a thing. So, yeah, dogs should not be able to just go into the neighbor's yard. There is an edit. It says, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to comment and educate me for the effects of keeping them together. Oh, yeah, I didn't even touch on the fact that they could get, like, what's it called? Like, sibling syndrome or, like, litter syndrome, where they have, like, issues. Also, yeah, it's not traumatic to separate puppies from the mother. That's literally what happens. At 4 weeks old it is. My dog, she was separated from her mom at 4 weeks old, and she has major separation anxiety and a lot of issues that came from being separated too early. But in general, like, if they're of the proper age, separating them is fine. But anyway, it says she might have been the asshole for her own selfishness of keeping them for their own good, but learning upon the effects of keeping them together, and as others pointed out, me being 15, not being able to afford, neuter, or spay them, I will be having them entrusted to relatives, believing that they'll have a good home, which Mama Dog shows no signs of wanting to have anything to do with them anymore. So that one is an everyone sucks one, which, yeah, like, that sort of, oh, thank you for the likes. Thank you. That's so nice. But yeah, that's something that should have just not happened, point blank, period. This one is, would I be the asshole if I keep my dog? Boyfriend hates dogs, but I'm keeping her. I know my initial opinion on this, but I'll go along and read and see what is happening. My boyfriend, 32, of 4 months, hates dogs or animals of any kind. I, 28 female, have a 2-year-old Jack Russell, Brandy. She's the sweetest thing. She just wants cuddles and walks. When I brought home my boyfriend over to my place, Brandy started growling, barking at him. I've never seen her act like that before. She doesn't react to the mailman. My boyfriend wants me to rehome her or he's out. I said it's not happening. Brandy was here first. He should try to work with her. Okay, I'm going to say something right now. You should always trust your dog with, like, their opinion of who they do and don't like. I mean, my dog has liked people that are no longer in my life, but if she doesn't like someone, then I know that they're not a good person. Like, dogs are extremely good judges of character. Definitely, not the vibes. So, run. Also, she's a Jack Russell, so they do require, like, a lot more oomph, a lot more attention, a lot more things than, like, your typical dog. So I'm not surprised that she's, like, barking and jumping around. Like, they're Jack Russells. That just comes with the territory. Anyway, let's keep going. I said it's not happening. Brandy was here first. He should try to work with her, like, give her a treat or something. He told me he's not touching a smelly dog. Oh, we got to a heated fight, and Brandy got between us and barked at him quite viciously. Oh, he left, saying my dog needs to be put down. Excuse me. I tried to apologize by texting and calling him. He sort of ghosted me. Am I the asshole? So, there's, like, a big edit. I'm gonna go ahead and read it since it's so big, and then I'll give my opinion. I didn't expect my post to go viral. For more background, my boyfriend mentioned in passing that he didn't like dogs, but I think it was a deal. I didn't think it was a deal. My ex had a cat, and I'm not a fan of cats. I left the kitty alone. I think I was just upset that my current boyfriend wasn't talking to me, and I thought I did something wrong. However, seeing as everyone is hating on him, maybe I need to reassess the men I bring around. I'm going to end it soon. I'm not the spoke type. I usually try to avoid conflict at all costs. I guess I have a soft spot for British accents. Fair. My boyfriend called me and told me I'm childish. I blew up on him, and to make a long story short, I'm single again. Back to the drawing board. My standards have gone up after him. Brandy has been promoted to jerk detector. If my dog doesn't like you, I don't like you. So, one thing I talked about this in, I have a podcast completely separate from this, and I literally talked about, it was a whole episode on having pets in your 20s, and one of the things I said is having a pet is a huge conversation you need to have with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whether you had the dog before, or cat, bunny, whatever, whether you had that animal before you started dating them or you get them after, it's a conversation that needs to be had. Like, I have my dog, Evie, the one who's like she has dwarfism, so you see her, literally this is her account. She's German Shepherd Husky, so she's very, very loves to talk. Talks all day long, talks back to me. And she is, like, part German Shepherd, so she's very, like, loyal, talks a lot, but she's very protective of me. She's not exactly the quiet, chill dog that just lays on the couch and, she is not like Marley and Me. She is an acquired taste, much like myself. So when I started dating my boyfriend, literally probably within the first hour of talking to him, I was like, hey, I have a dog. Is that a problem? Thoughts? Like, you need to, especially if you have a Jack Russell, you need to make it abundantly clear if you want to go that relationship to go somewhere, that you have a dog and it's not a breed that's like a chill vibe. Like, not a chill vibe. Jack Russells are not chill vibes. They are fun dogs. They are big. They're like a horse show dog, and I used to do competitive horse riding. So I've seen them quite a bit. They're chill dogs. They're fun dogs, but they are crazy dogs. So just because someone says, like, dogs aren't my thing, no, like, dogs need to be their thing at least a little bit. Like, I knew that whoever I started dating would need to at least be open to dogs, because she is, like, not your golden retriever who just does whatever. She's a lot. And then, yeah, so I just think that bringing up, like, that you have a dog when you're dating someone should be fairly quick. But anyway, she was voted not the asshole. Everyone in the comments basically said your dog is telling you that this guy is not good. So always trust your dog's opinion on people. Like, they know. Here's another one that's very similar. Am I the asshole for choosing my dog over my girlfriend? When I was 14, my parents decided to get a dog for the family. It didn't take long until everybody got their OMG, we have a puppy phase over with and stopped caring. Except for me. His name is Rufus. He's 10 years old now and still going strong. When I moved out, I took him with me because my family didn't even want to keep him. I've had some very rough patches in my life. I've almost ended it several times, and each time the only motivation to keep going was the thought of who would take care of Rufus. He's a happy fella and loves me more than anything. I couldn't do that to him. He's the reason I'm alive. That's sad, but I'm glad that you have the dog, and I'm glad you're still here. 2 years ago, I started dating my girlfriend, who I'll call Gwen. She's amazing and great and wonderful. She moved into my apartment a year ago. She likes Rufus to an extent. She'll take him out for quick walks when I'm sick and gives him some pets when she gets home from work. I don't expect more from her, so this is fine by me. Recently, we were out with some friends, and we played some sort of game about hypothetical scenarios. It was fun, and we were all laughing. Eventually, my friend David asked me what would be more devastating for me, losing Gwen or my dog. I didn't want to lie, so I answered truthfully. Now, Gwen is incredibly mad at me and has been staying at her parents' place for the last 3 days. She said I'm a douchebag for valuing my dog over her. I understand her point of view, but at the moment, I thought answering the truth would be better. David think I wasn't wrong to tell the truth, but some of our friends think otherwise. I'm torn and don't know what's right or if I was really wrong. I think this is one where you need to read the room. Like, my boyfriend will say to me, like, if I had to choose between you and Luna, who's his dog that's right here, he would choose Luna. And I've said to him, like, oh yeah, if I had to choose between you and Evie, I'd choose Evie. Like, and we are very upfront with that. We both know that, like, our dogs are our whole world. But if she doesn't understand, like, she doesn't understand what that's like, telling her, like, oh no, my dog is more important than you are, I understand how that would upset her. So I think that's a situation where you just read the room wrong, and you shouldn't have, like, started that argument. So everyone voted that he is the asshole. So circumstantially, yes. I wonder how he said it, though. Like, I wonder how he said, like, I don't know. We're just going to move on to the next one. Am I the asshole for threatening to leave my sister's dog at a shelter? My sister asked me to dog sit for her while she went to visit her dad. He's currently in hospital, and it was last minute, so I agreed. Her dog is a little spaniel hound mutt, and I have my own spaniel, so assumed it would be fine, you know? As you can assume, it is not fine. Her dog is awful. He isn't toilet trained, barks, isn't socialized, growls at kids, constantly jumping lunges at cars. He eats everything, can't leave him for a second. He howls incessantly. I can't cope with him. I can't even pee. He doesn't let me sleep or eat. I have had to take time off work. On Thursday, I called my sister and told her she needs to send me money to board him because I can't cope. She called me a bitch and told me that I know what puppies are like and I shouldn't be bothering her in a time like this, with her dad being in hospital. Yesterday, he destroyed one of my dad's shirts I had in the laundry basket, and it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I told her she had until Monday to send me the money or I'm going to drop him off at the shelter. He's chipped, and our local shelter has space for abandoned pets. The owners have 14 days to come and collect their pets, so it's not like she'll lose them forever. She got pretty angry and upset and hasn't spoken to me about it. I'm struggling still and don't know what to do. Our mom thinks I'm in the wrong, but also won't watch the dog, so I'm not sure I really care for her opinion. Am I the asshole here? Yeah, so there's a few things I would like to unpack here. So one, your sister is not, like, on vacation. She's not, like, on a bachelorette trip, okay? Your dad's, I'm confused because you said her dad was in the hospital, but if your siblings, would that make it your dad? Because that does change things, because you mentioned, like, oh, like, she ripped up my dad's shirt, but it's like, if your dad is fine and still kicking it, that has a different sentimental value than, like, your dad's in the hospital about to die, obviously. So, like, he never specified. He kept saying her dad, not our dad. So I'm trying to figure out whose dad this is. Despite that, she's obviously in a very stressful situation. She is not on vacation. She's at the hospital, and she didn't plan to go there. Leaving her dog at the shelter is just adding to the stress. Also, when dogs are left without their owners, very typically they have behavioral issues or there's a change in behavior in some way because they're left without their owners, especially if it's a puppy, because, like, they're gonna freak out. So, yeah, I think you're the asshole. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, like, maybe you shouldn't have agreed, like, maybe you should have known what the dog was like. I think that, like, do you not have any friends? Does she not have any friends? Thank you for the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. Like, does your dog not have any, does your sister not have any friends who can watch this dog? Or do you not have any friends who can watch the dog? Like, problem solved. I don't understand why they have to go to the shelter. There's so, you know. Oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. It's allergy season. If you guys didn't know that. Am I the asshole for telling him to get rid of the dog after the dog ate all my food? We are both 26. Just for background, I've been telling him to rehome the dog for months. Who is him? Is this the boyfriend? Is this the brother? Who is him? He brought the dog home 4 months ago. His mother gifted him the dog behind my back, and I knew for an absolute fact that we were not in a spot financially to care for this animal. Okay, I'm guessing this is either boyfriend or husband. He refused, saying he was already attached to the dog and she was too cute to rehome, and he felt like he couldn't rehome the dog due to the amount of money his mother spent on the dog for him, $1,200. This is a dog breed he has been wanting for as long as I've known him. Anyways, it started getting incredibly frustrating recently because the dog, who is 2 years old, has behavioral medical issues, and we are now in debt. We're almost $200 overdrawn in our bank account due to an unexpected trip to the emergency vet. I told him not to bring her and that she was fine. He brought her anyways. $650 later and overdrafting our account. The vet told him the dog was just high. My husband buddy was over and was smoking in front of the dog, so she was stoned. So he overdrafted her account knowingly. Neither of us get paid until next week to make sure his dog was okay. We have no food in the house and now have no money for gas to get to work. My boss was lenient enough to let me work from home, but my husband has to be in office. His boss knows we are struggling and is super generous and actually bought both me and my husband food today. They came to drop it off with me at noon. When I tell you I was drooling, thinking about eating for the first time in 2 days, it would be an understatement. Just note that the dog has plenty of food. So they bring the food over and come inside and put it on the table. I go to hug my husband and his boss saying thank you, and that dog got up on the table, knocked the food down, and woofed it down in 0.2 seconds flat. I immediately started crying and telling him to get the dog out of here, and I was done. Oddly enough, his boss is on my side, not only because of the money, but because he knows I'm spiraling from the stress of this. My husband, on the other hand, is telling me I'm being overdramatic and not thinking clearly because I'm hungry, and says not only am I incredibly selfish and inconsiderate, but he won't rehome her. Am I the asshole? What do you guys think? I think that in a typical situation, I am not pro rehome the dog. I think that a lot of times when there's behavioral issues, it can be resolved. However, he should have never brought the dog home unless his wife agreed to it. Like, no. Like, when you get married, you're giving up pretty much all decisions within the household that are that big. Like, you want to get a pool? Cool. You have to talk to your significant other. You want to get a pet? Cool. You have to talk to your significant other. Thank you. That's so sweet. Is it Kinley? Yeah, sorry. Can't literally see. I'm blind. But thank you. What was I saying? Yes. So, in general, like, he shouldn't have gotten the dog. And in general, I would say, like, behavioral issues should not be a reason to rehome. There's more that can be done. Also, if your animal is sick, yes, take them to the emergency vet. I know what it's like for times to be tough, money to be hard, and then your animal gets sick, and you have to take them to the vet. I've been there. I've overdrafted my account, and that's just part of having them, because Luna's just lapping up water in the background. That's just part of having a pet. Like, they're a family member. If they are sick, whatever, you would do that. Like, you would do the same thing for, like, your child or, you know, whatever the case may be. So, come here, Luna. What are you doing back there? He's plopped on the ground. In general, I would not rehome the dog. Yes, I don't have any qualms with him bringing the dog to the ER. Maybe you should be more responsible when you are consuming drugs that can affect your animals in front of them, like smoking. You know, you shouldn't do that in front of your dog because they can get high off of that. So, yeah, but I understand taking them to the ER if you're concerned. On the other hand, you can't afford the dog. It sounds like you won't be able to afford the dog anytime soon. Your wife never agreed to the dog. It sounds like the dog was never properly trained because, like, you say this is your dream breed. If that's your dream breed, maybe you should have done a little research, you know? Like, research the breed, research what they can, what they do and don't need, like, what types of enrichment they're gonna need. And, yeah, the dog eating the food off the table, I get it. That is bad. So, I totally get rehoming the dog. However, I think that when you rehome an animal, you need to be as on top of it as you can be. Like, don't just take them to the shelter, none of that, because so many animals are getting, like, euthanized and end up in the shelter for the rest of their life, and you don't want that to happen. So, definitely be on top of, like, finding a new home for them, but I get it in this situation. I typically am against it, but I get it. What are you doing, Luna J? Come here. Hi. Did you get some Wawa? Yeah? Thank you. Thank you, Bubby. I know. Little snuggle break. You still smell very bad, and I'm very upset about it because you just got a bath. But it's fine. Worse things have happened, right? Right? Oh, look at that. Caught your hand. Okay, you ready? Let's keep on reading. Am I the asshole for not letting a service dog into my party? Ooh, tea is about to spill. I, 29 male, hosted a pumpkin carving party for my friends this past weekend, and a decision I made is causing drama amongst us. The party was indoors, as it's nearly 100 degrees during the day where I'm at. I dislike cats and dogs, any and all. What are you smelling? What do you smell? My friend knows this. Primarily, I think they are filthy. I want nothing to do with them because of that. My buddy, or a buddy, and his current fling, early relationship girlfriend, however you want to define it, showed up. She has a golden retriever with her. Where are you going? I'm trying to read, sir. Come here. Dude. Luna J, you are interrupting. Hold on, Luna has to sniff around because he's nosy. Sit down, Luna. Come here. Come sit right here. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, buddy. That's so... There you go. Dogs, what can I say? I didn't know this dog was coming. No one ran this by me. I would have said no. I pulled him aside and told him the dog had to go. He says if the dog has to go, she has to go, and then I have to go too. I just say, come on, man, you should know better than to bring a dog to my house. He said that it's a service animal, apparently for diabetes. He thought it would be different. I said, no, it might medically help her, but it's still an animal. He starts arguing, but I maintain my stance. I offered to keep it in the garage with the AC on. He goes and talks to his girl, and she looks annoyed. I felt bad about that. They opt to leave. He lets me know I'm an asshole. My friends are all split on how I handled it. Am I the asshole? So, if you caused a scene, it sounds like you talked to him, like, nicely, but if you were rude about it, yes, you are the asshole. Yes, service animals are allowed everywhere, but one question I do have is, did it have a vest on? Because I know they technically, like, don't have to wear that, I don't think. But I think that, like, if you're bringing an animal into someone's house that you don't even know, like, it's a friend of a friend, one, you need to just give them a heads up, be like, hey, I have a service animal, it's for my diabetes, like, I am going to be bringing it, because that's just, like, courtesy, like, whether it's a service animal or not. If you're bringing this dog... Did you hear that? Luna, are you okay? Okay. Whether you're, like, it's a service animal or not, if you're bringing this animal into someone's house, without their knowledge, or, yeah, prior knowledge, you don't know them, they don't know you, then you should tell them, hey, I'm going to be bringing a dog into your house, because you don't know, like, that's their space, and they could be allergic. There's, like, you know, there could be other things going on. Additionally, it kind of is weird to me that, like, he didn't know it was a service animal. Like, it didn't have any sort of, like, it didn't have a vest on. It wasn't, like, you can usually tell by the way that they act whether they're service animals or not. So, I don't think you're the asshole. I mean, I think that I don't know. Like, I feel like you're kind of like a bitter person. I don't like the way this was written. But you, like, they could have handled it better. Like, yeah, a lot of people are saying everyone's the asshole because he could have handled it better, but they should have mentioned they're bringing a service dog. So I don't know. I don't know if he's necessarily the asshole. I think that he's more of like light on the asshole. I think he just has an attitude. But I think that the other people definitely are, not because they have a service dog, but because they didn't mention it before they brought it into his house. And he doesn't know them. He doesn't have a personal relationship with them. Moving on. Am I the asshole for bringing my dog to the gym? I'm a 20-something female. I have a climbing group and they love it when I bring my dog to the gym. Until this incident, I thought it was appropriate to bring the dog over as they have a dog bowl set up. I'm confused about like what you mean by climbing. But I'm going to keep reading. When I was climbing, a young man, Doug for now, in his 20s, comes up to me and asks me to put my dog on the leash. I tell him that's not the rules. Doug tells me that those were the rules as he was explained to by the workers and explains that he's allergic to dogs. I tell Doug and dogs is just really tripping me up. Sorry. I tell Doug I'm allergic to cats and cannot be in the same room with them. I say that if he was so allergic to dogs, he shouldn't be here. He stammers and says that the leash rules were what the staff told. I don't like that, Luna. I know, you don't like it either. But we're going to keep reading, I know. I'm not really vibing with his attempt at pity because I don't find this request reasonable. My friends come over and back me up and say that he shouldn't be climbing at this gym. He leaves the conversation and I think that's the end of it, but then a staff member comes over and tells me to put a leash on my dog because Doug apparently told him what happened. This is the first time I'm hearing of this rule and there were no leash rules before. I've never felt so annoyed at the gym. Yeah, I think you're the asshole. Like, telling someone, like, you shouldn't be here because you're allergic to dogs, like, it's not a dog park. I'm sorry. Like, he has just as much of a right to be there as you have a right to be there, you know? Just saying. So, yeah, like, just because they, like, don't care if the dog is unleashed, there's still, like, a rule that requires it. Like, it sucks that some people are willing to look the other way, but you gotta respect other people's boundaries. Like, it's not like you're at your house. It's not like you're somewhere where it's, like, dogs are, like, it's dog abundant, like a dog park or something. So, he has every right to say, I don't like dogs, you know? Like, you can't get mad at him for that. Yeah, like, he wasn't even telling you need to leave. Like, he told you to put the dog on the leash. And her saying, like, oh, if you were so allergic to dogs, you wouldn't be able to be here. Like, no, guess what? I'm allergic to dogs and bunnies and horses. I have a dog, a bunny, and a horse, and I have a degree in horses. Like, just because you're allergic to them doesn't mean you can't be around them. It means you have to make some sacrifices, and it means you can be, like, allergies are a spectrum. I can be mildly allergic to something. I don't have to be, like, crazy allergic to it, where it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't know. I have more, but I'm getting tired of reading, so I might take a little break. Luna, what are you doing? What are you doing, Bubba's? Come here. Here, Luna, place. Place. Hi, I know you want attention. Luna says hi. I know. You have Wawa. I just heard you drink it. I just heard you drink all your Wawas. Luna's had a long day. The dogs in general always get really tired when we have days off because they usually like spend time in their kennel a lot, and then we come home and then they like go sleep some more in their kennel, and it's like we're in and out. But when we have days off, when we spend a lot of time with them, they get like worn out very fast. What's up? What's up? Thank you. I don't know. Do you guys have any, like, questions or anything? I'm just taking a little break from reading for a second because I start to stammer when I read that much. Yeah, Mama's struggling. Woo-woo. What are you doing? Oh, you have places to be. Let's see if I can. I was watching Love on the Spectrum. I do be loving some Love on the Spectrum. Do you guys have a favorite Netflix show? Because I would love to know. We just got Netflix back. We didn't have Netflix for literally a year. Do you guys know when they put up that rule that anyone who, like, is sharing Netflix, they can only pick one household? Yeah, that hurt because we were sharing Netflix with my parents and Josh's parents. So it wasn't, like, our account, so we got kicked out, and we boycotted them for, like, a year. And now we are back, and I'm not a big fan. Hold on. I don't know. I heard that. I know I heard that. You are fine. I'm gonna say guard dog mode activated. I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was someone laughing or like a bird. But he just went from chill guy to I must protect this household. I am the owner of this house. Luna's standing on business. Right, buddy? I know, you want a little kiss. What? I know. He rubs on me like a cat. Like, does this look like a cat to you? I know. Hey, no, don't hit me. Broski. What are you doing? Like, he is just a dude and a half, that guy. Oh my gosh. Now my nose is itchy because he rubbed his face on it. Well, I think I might dip. It's been fun. I might do this again. I haven't decided yet, but I will catch you guys on the flippity flip. I'm gonna go maybe watch some more Netflix or something, whatever the vibes are calling for. I would like to just like put some pajamas on, so I'll probably do that and just hang out, get some stuff done. But it was cool seeing you guys as usual. Thank you for hanging out with me and Luna, and Evie is behind us. Thanks for all of your love and the vibes and everything. But I will catch you guys later. I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend if you guys are here in the US. That's what I mean by here.